Close your eyes gently. Take a slow breath in, filling your lungs softly, and then let it go slowly, like a quiet wave returning to the shore. Again, breathe in, calm and steady, and breathe out, letting your shoulders soften, your jaw unclench, your whole body sink deeper into stillness. There is nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to go. Just listen and drift. Tonight, you begin a quiet journey, a slow, peaceful 8-day stay in Paris. Not the busy Paris people rush through, but a softer version, one that unfolds gently, moment by moment. You begin at home, a quiet room, soft light. Your suitcase rests open on the bed. You move slowly, folding clothes one by one. A soft cotton shirt, a warm sweater, comfortable clothes that feel easy against your skin. Your hands move without hurry. There's a calm rhythm to packing. Fold, place, pause. You add a small pouch, toothbrush, a familiar scent of soap, a book, one you may open, or maybe not. It doesn't matter. You pause for a moment, looking at the suitcase. There's a quiet feeling, not excitement, not urgency, just a soft awareness. You are going somewhere. Soon, you close the suitcase. A gentle click, and just like that, the journey begins. The morning arrives quietly, the sky still pale, almost gray, the world not fully awake yet. Cool air touches your face as you step outside. The drive to the airport is calm. Streetlights glow softly. The roads are open. You watch buildings pass by, slowly. Inside the airport, everything moves in a soft rhythm. Rolling suitcases, low conversations, distant announcements that blur into the background. You move through check-in, security. No rush, just a steady flow. Soon, you sit near a window. Planes rest outside, their lights blinking slowly. You watch them for a while, not thinking, just observing. When boarding begins, you stand, walk down the aisle, find your seat, settle in. The hum of the plane surrounds you, low, constant, comforting. As the plane lifts, the ground slowly drifts away. Buildings soften. Roads turn into thin lines. Clouds gather around you. Soft, endless. You lean back. Your breathing slows. Time begins to stretch. Hours pass quietly. A blanket rests lightly over you. The cabin lights dim. And somewhere between waking and sleep, you drift. Close your eyes gently and let the journey begin again. Your flight descends slowly toward Paris, through a soft layer of pale clouds. Below you, the city begins to appear in quiet pieces, gray rooftops, winding roads, small patches of green, and the slow silver ribbon of the Seine. You are arriving in France. The plane touches down gently, and for a moment, you simply sit still, listening to the soft hum of the cabin, the quiet movement of people beginning to gather their things, the faint sound of wheels and bags and sleepy voices. There is no rush. You wait, breathe, and let your body understand that the journey has brought you somewhere new. Paris, the city of lights. You step into the airport with a tired but peaceful feeling, the kind that comes after a long flight, when your body is heavy, but your mind is quietly awake. The air feels different here, cooler perhaps, softer somehow. You move slowly through the airport, following signs, walking past glass walls, polished floors, and people arriving from many different places. Soon, you see your driver waiting. A simple greeting, a small smile, and then your suitcase is taken care of. You don't have to think too much now. You sit back in the car and let Paris come to you. The ride into the city feels like a gentle opening scene. At first, there are wide roads, moving cars, quiet suburbs, ordinary buildings. Then slowly, the city begins to change. The streets grow more elegant. The buildings become softer in color. Cream, gray, pale stone. Windows line the upper floors with small iron balconies, some with plants, some with curtains moving faintly behind the glass. You lean your head back and watch. You are tired, but content. You don't need to speak. The car moves through Paris at an easy pace, and you begin to notice little things. A cyclist passing by with a basket on the front. A woman stepping out of a bakery with a paper bag tucked under one arm. A cafe terrace with small round tables facing the street. People walking as if the day has plenty of room inside it. Nothing feels urgent, and after the long flight, that feels comforting. When you arrive at your hotel, the entrance is quiet and welcoming. You step inside, away from the sound of the street. The lobby smells faintly clean, maybe a little floral, maybe polished wood, something soft and calm. You check in, receive your key, and make your way upstairs. Your room is waiting. Not too large, not too full, just enough. A soft bed, a small desk, a window looking out over the Paris street below. You set your suitcase down and pause. This is your place now, just for a little while. You wash your hands, freshen your face, change into something comfortable. The long flight begins to loosen from your body. You open the window slightly. A cool breeze slips in. Far below, the city moves in small sounds. A passing car, a quiet laugh, footsteps on the pavement, a door closing somewhere nearby. You sit for a few minutes on the edge of the bed, doing nothing, just arriving, just letting yourself be here. After a little while, when you feel ready, you step outside again, not to do too much, not to chase the city, just to meet it slowly. You walk along the sidewalk, noticing the texture of the buildings, the narrow balconies, the soft afternoon light resting on stone walls. Soon, you find a small cafe, a quiet one, with chairs facing outward, as they often do in Paris. You sit down, you order something simple, maybe a warm café au lait, smooth coffee softened with milk, and perhaps one small madeleine, soft, golden, with a gentle sweetness. Not a heavy meal, just a little welcome. You hold the cup in both hands. The warmth feels good after the flight. You take a slow sip. The city passes in front of you like a calm picture. People walking, a bus moving by, a waiter placing glasses on the nearby table, a dog resting under someone's chair. You take your time. This is your first taste of Paris. Small, warm, quiet. When you rise again, the afternoon feels softer. You make your way toward the Arc de Triomphe. The streets begin to widen. The city opens around you. And then, there it is. The Arc de Triomphe, standing tall and pale against the sky. It feels steady, old, and watchful. You do not rush toward it. You simply stand for a moment, looking. This monument was built to honor those who fought in the French Revolutionary and Napoleonic Wars. But here, in this quiet moment, you do not need to hold all of that history at once. You only notice the shape of it, the carved stone, the grand archway, the way the light touches its edges. Cars move around it in slow circles. The sound is there, but softened by distance. You walk closer, step by step. You choose to go inside. You move through the interior slowly. Cool stone surrounds you. The air feels still. Each step upward is unhurried. And when you reach the viewing level, Paris spreads out around you. Wide avenues stretch away like ribbons. Rooftops gather in soft gray lines. The city feels endless, but gentle. You rest your hands lightly near the edge and breathe. You are here, in Paris, on your first day. Later, you feel drawn to something more unusual. You wander toward Belleville. The mood changes here. The streets feel more local, more lived in. Walls carry color. Street art appears in layers, bright shapes, soft lines, faces, patterns, small hidden images tucked into corners. You walk slowly, letting each wall surprise you. There is no museum silence here, only the quiet outdoor gallery of a neighborhood breathing around you. You pause when something catches your eye: a painted bird, a dreamy face, a splash of blue or red against old stone, and then you continue. Slowly, you choose the Atelier des Lumières. The day becomes even more dreamlike. You step into the old foundry space. The air is dim, the walls are tall, and around you, art begins to move. Light washes across the floor. Images drift over stone and metal. Colors rise, fade, return. You stand still as the room changes around you. It feels less like looking at art and more like floating inside it. You do not need to understand everything. You only need to feel it. The soft glow, the slow movement, the quiet wonder of being surrounded by light. As evening approaches, you return toward your hotel, or take a slow walk through nearby streets. Dinner can be simple tonight. After travel, simple is enough. Maybe a warm bowl of soup. Maybe a small plate of roasted vegetables. Maybe just fresh bread with butter and something light beside it. You eat slowly. Your body is tired now. A good tired, the kind that comes from crossing distance, arriving somewhere beautiful, and letting the day unfold without force. But before the night ends, there is one more gentle view of Paris waiting for you. The Ballon de Paris. You arrive as the evening sky begins to darken. The air feels cooler now. The balloon waits quietly, round and pale against the fading light. You step into the basket, slowly, safely, and then, almost without effort, you begin to rise. The ground lowers beneath you. Paris opens wider and wider. You float upward, 500 feet above the city. The noise below becomes softer. Cars become small moving lights. Buildings become shapes. The sky deepens around you. You look out over the city of lights beginning to glow. Windows shining, streets glowing softly. The Eiffel Tower in the distance, the river catching the last light of the day. Everything feels quiet from up here, as if the whole city has taken a slow breath with you. You stay there, suspended gently above Paris, not flying fast, not moving far, just floating, held by the evening air, held by the soft glow of the city below. And for a few peaceful minutes, there is nothing else. Only breath, only light, only the calm feeling of your first night in Paris. When you return to the ground, you feel quiet inside. The city is still there around you, but softer now. You go back to your hotel slowly. The streets glow under warm lamps. Your steps are tired, but easy. In your room, you close the door gently. The room feels peaceful, familiar already. You change into your night clothes, wash the day from your face, and slide into bed. The sheets feel cool at first, then warm. Your body sinks down. Your legs rest. Your shoulders release. Outside, Paris hums softly. A distant car, a faint voice. The quiet rhythm of a city settling into night. You close your eyes. You remember the pale stone of the Arc de Triomphe, the soft color of painted walls, the moving glow of digital art, the balloon rising into evening air, and the city below you, soft, golden, dreamlike. Your breathing slows, your thoughts loosen, and your first day in Paris begins to fade, gently, slowly, into sleep. Close your eyes again, gently. Take a slow breath in and let it go. Your second day in Paris begins softly. Morning light slips through the curtains, not too bright, just enough to wake you slowly. You lie there for a moment, still, letting your body catch up with the day. The quiet sounds of the street rise faintly. A passing car, distant footsteps, the soft clink of cups from somewhere below. You sit up slowly. The air feels fresh, calm. Today feels easy. After getting ready at your own pace, you step out for breakfast. Nothing heavy, nothing rushed. A small cafe waits nearby. You take a seat. The table is cool beneath your fingertips. A simple breakfast arrives, a warm tartine, a slice of rustic bread, lightly toasted, spread with soft butter, and a thin layer of jam. You take a bite. The bread is slightly crisp, then soft inside. The sweetness is gentle, not overwhelming. Beside it, a cup of coffee. You lift it slowly. The warmth feels steady in your hands. You sip and let the morning begin. Soon, you make your way to meet your guide. A small group gathers, quiet, relaxed. And waiting beside you, your electric bike. Simple, comfortable. You place your hands on the handlebars, settle into the seat. There's no effort yet, just the feeling of being ready to move. When the ride begins, it is slow, easy. You start to pedal, and the bike responds gently. A soft push, almost like the wind is helping you. You don't need to strain. You simply move. The streets of Paris unfold differently from here. Closer, quieter. You glide along the banks of the Seine, the river flowing beside you, calm, steady. The morning air brushes softly against your face, cool, refreshing. You pass bridges, one after another, each one slightly different, each one carrying its own quiet charm. Your guide speaks softly, sharing stories, but you don't need to hold on to every detail. The words drift in and out, blending with the rhythm of the ride. As you continue, the path begins to rise gently. You reach the Montagne Sainte-Geneviève, a small climb, but the bike helps you. A quiet boost. You feel it beneath you. Effort without strain. You move upward, slowly, easily. At the top, you pause. The city stretches quietly around you. Not loud, not overwhelming, just present. You take a breath and let the view settle in. The ride continues through Saint-Germain-des-Prés, a neighborhood that feels soft, lived in. Cafes line the streets, chairs facing outward, small tables catching the light. You pass people sitting with coffee, reading, talking quietly. There's a rhythm here, slow, thoughtful. You ride past narrow streets, hidden corners, little doorways with plants, balconies with flowers resting gently in the sun. You don't rush through any of it. The bike moves steadily, and you follow. At times, you slow down even more, almost gliding, letting the city come to you. A quiet bridge appears. You cross it, the water below catching soft reflections. For a moment, there is only the sound of your wheels, turning, gently. Eventually, the ride comes to a calm end. You step off the bike. Your body feels light, not tired, just gently used. The kind of movement that wakes you up without draining you. You take some time to rest, maybe a small break at a cafe. Nothing heavy, just something simple. A glass of water, or perhaps a light snack. A small crepe, thin, warm, folded gently. You take a bite. Soft, slightly sweet, comforting. You eat slowly, letting your body settle after the ride. The afternoon drifts quietly. You walk a little, sit a little. There is no pressure to fill every moment. Just being here is enough. As evening begins to approach, the sky softens. Light fades into warmer tones, and you prepare for something special. The Eiffel Tower at sunset. You arrive slowly. The tower stands tall, familiar now, but different in this light. The sky behind it begins to glow, soft gold, fading into pale blue. You meet your guide. There is no waiting, no long lines, just a quiet entrance, and soon you are inside. The elevator begins to rise, smooth, steady. The ground slowly moves away. Paris unfolds beneath you. Roofs, streets, the river, all becoming smaller, softer. You reach the second level and step out. The air feels cooler here. You walk slowly toward the edge and look out. The city stretches in every direction, wide, calm, endless. The light is changing now, shadows growing longer, colors deepening. You rest your hands gently along the railing and breathe. After some time, you continue upward, toward the summit, higher still. The view becomes even wider, even quieter. The sounds of the city feel far away now, almost like a memory. You stand there, above it all, watching the sun slowly fade. Lights begin to appear, one by one. Windows glowing, streets lighting up, the river reflecting it all. Paris becoming the city of lights. You stay for a while, not speaking much, just looking, just breathing. When it's time to descend, you take it slowly, walking down part of the way. The structure around you feels solid, steady. Your guide shares quiet stories, but your mind drifts gently, still holding the view, still holding the light. Back on the ground, the night feels soft. The tower glows behind you, warm, golden. You take one last look and begin your walk back. Dinner can be simple tonight, something warm, easy. Maybe a light plate, a gentle meal, nothing heavy, just enough. When you return to your room, the day settles around you. You move slowly, changing, washing, preparing for rest. The window is slightly open, cool air drifting in. The city hums softly, distant, calm. You lie down. The bed feels welcoming. Your body sinks into it, your legs heavy, your shoulders soft. You think back, just briefly. The quiet ride along the river, the gentle push of the bike, the soft streets of Saint-Germain, and the view, high above Paris, as the sun disappeared and the lights came alive. Your breathing slows, your thoughts soften, and your second day in Paris begins to fade, slowly, gently, into sleep.